This is the weirdest thing ever, is being on the bench, actually being like the game itself. It's such a bizarre thing. Like the warm-ups a little bit different. You feel ostracised. The day before it's different. You've got a bib on and you're mimicking the other team. So you're like...
You're a mannequin.
11 subs, you're basically a mannequin. The team have got to play through you and make them look good, hopefully. And then you're on the bench. And then it's when the game's going on, it's a bizarre thing. You know, if someone goes down in your position, you've got to go out and warm up, and it's like, it's early, am I ready? It's so much nervous energy. When you're playing, all that nervous energy is you're getting rid of it. You're enjoying the game. A couple of good touches, that's gone. But you never get rid of it on the bench. You've got that feeling of nerves here that just does not go away.
Let's say you're on the bench and there's a striker who's struggling. Do you find it hard not to go, oh, come on, mate, do me a favour?
You know what I mean? All the subs are in the same position, aren't they? If
they all want to be on.
Does it get a bit bitchy?
Does, yeah. Well, this is what I can't stand. You know, like, having been an experienced benchman...
benchman.
That's not a phrase. It will be.
But I can't stand... as an experienced benchman myself, I can't stand that one, where everyone's got an opinion and everyone can do better. You know, when
you mean the other players on the bench? We don't see this, we don't hear it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's obviously, this is the insight I'm trying to give you. Is like someone saying to me, this so and so. Oh, how's he playing? Like that bitchy kind of. I hate that. Can't stand that. Yeah, it's happened. You're on the bench. Shut up and probably just like.
That says a lot for you, Crouchy.
No, but like I've got my own thoughts. Like, how's he playing ahead of me, basically? Do you know? And I do think them. I think, like, it's nonsense. But I would never go, like, how's he, say it to people. Or...
So is that why we see the old hand in front of the mouth? So the cameras can't see what they're saying, Chris. Is that hand going in front of a face, Crouchy, when he's going, that left winger is I should be on there.
Well, quite possibly, yeah. Quite possibly. It's a weird thing. When you're sitting on the bench, of course you want your team to win. At the end of the day, it's your livelihood, it's your job at stake. And the person who's playing ahead of you at this point, if he goes and gets a hat-trick, you know full well you're not starting next week.
You're done for.
Whoever says that they want him to do well, or it's not that I don't want him to do well, but you don't want him to be banging in goals because you're not going to play. My best case scenario when I'm sitting on the bench is we win, say, 2-0. And the midfielders get the goals.
Because they're like a better version of you, aren't they? It's a bit like you're dumped by a girl and then she starts going out with an upgrade of you. Someone who's got
does the manager have to sit
the same
you down
look
and sort of give you a kind of like talk? Like when you're getting dumped, be like, look, I've got to be honest here, it's not quite working for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's exactly like that, to be honest. It really is like that.
Who gave you the best talk?
Well, I remember when Harry was getting Adebayor in at Spurs. This was like, obviously, it's not necessarily bench. This is like, maybe you need to move on. And I was like, but Harry, we've been through so much.
But Harry,
why did you do this to me?
I thought I was your guy.
What about the night we shared at Manchester City?
Remember the night at the Etihad?
Got you in the Champions
so
League.
special.
Do you ever beg it a bit? Do you ever go, look, just give me one more chance and I promise I can...
Or just start
promise I
crying
can make
so he
this
has to
work.
back down.
I think
guilty.
I'll try harder.
Well, I genuinely think it wasn't him, it was me. I think he would have liked to have kept me there, but I think the owners obviously were putting pressure on them to have. So I mean, he would have definitely taken me there. But obviously, I think there was a good offer had come in, and they were bringing Adebayor in and what have you. So. Yeah, I mean it's tough, but that's like I say, it's a cutthroat business. And I think those minutes that you get on the pitch, like as a sub, are so important. There was times for me personally. I remember I scored 2 goals in a game away at Birmingham City for Liverpool in the first half. I think we might have been 4 up.
So you're thinking hat trick all the way.
So I actually said to the manager, leave me on to Rafa. I was like, leave me on, please. I want a hat trick here and this and that. And he took me off within 10 minutes. Off the second
Is that because you asked?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What? So he did it, to show you, teach you a lesson?
I was buzzing on the hat trick. And
he's put David on Goggin instead.
When I'm warming up, like whoever I've always warmed up next to, so you say it's 3 of you down the bottom end of the pitch and someone points. One of you selected, but then you have to decipher without any noise,
Me?
which one it is. So
Is it me?
so I'm always
Oh, hand up high.
So the hand up high is me. Or there's like, if a smaller player will be, no. Shaqiri.
Shaqiri hand at knee height. Can we let's do some of these pretend stretches ones. I'm going to do the first one. So I'm going to stand up, and it's what you might call a groin stretch. So you do put your legs apart and you just lean to one side. What are you actually doing when you're doing that one?
For that, you are showing everyone that you're working without working. And you usually start with that one. So you're watching the match, basically, and you're pretending to warm up. And then usually you get a shout from behind when you are in that position. So it's usually like the groin stretches like this. And then...
so you're standing legs apart.
Groin stretch like that. And then someone say, sit down, you lanky... So then you'll just take a knee like that. Sorry, my groin's a bit sore. And then you just basically pretend you're sort of doing that stretch.
Yeah.
So then they can see, and you're still pretending to do something
So
whilst
that's
watching
nice.
the match.
You actually are getting out of their way. You've taken on board their...
Well, yeah. I often do, because they paid a lot of money to watch a game. They don't want a 6'7" substitute standing in front of them. You're desperate. Yeah, you are desperate on the bench. Like as soon as the half time whistle goes, if you watch the substitutes,
The first one's
leg it down, and then as soon as you get in there, there's like 5 subs just taking up all
Standing
your
urinals.
urinals. Yeah, straight away, every time.
Do you find as well, because you have to eat as if you're going to play? Let's say you don't get on, or you get on for a minute or 2 minutes. Do you feel really full for the next 24 hours? Because you've eaten enough food to play football, but burnt off absolutely nothing.
The thing is, when you as a sub, you are starving after a game.
You're starving. You've done nothing.
So hungry because you haven't eaten. You
don't get a half-time party, do you?
Say at 3 o'clock on a Saturday game, we'll eat at 11:30. I think is pre-match meal. You might have a banana or something a little bit later than that, but you haven't eaten since 11:30. It's now 5:15.
Where's the pre-match
after the
meal?
shower?
Is that at the?
So yeah, a lot of teams now will have food in the changing room, but it's usually like pizzas and burgers and nuggets and things like that, just to get something
It's
into
easier to
you.
throw at the other team, isn't it?
Just yeah, true. But yeah, something that they get into. Or a lot of teams that, like if it's an away game, will have a chef on the bus, on the team bus, just doing various meals, and because it's important to eat straight after a game. But if you're on the bench, you're so hungry,
Really?
so hungry after a game, because after a game you've got all the it's all the adrenaline, and
You can't eat because you feel a bit
can't
sick.
eat. You can't really eat. But when you're on the bench, you've just been watching.
It's like watching a film. It's like eating popcorn at
Yeah.
cinema. You actually quite fancy some nuggets.
Yeah, you're hungry, very hungry.
We like this, Crouchy. Do you remember we were talking about sneaking back into the house after a night out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anthony's got in
This is
touch.
good. I've seen this.
My approach, hello Peter, Tom and Chris. My approach is to strip down to your undies downstairs when you've returned late. Then, and this is the tricky bit, walk backwards upstairs. Should Abby rumble you whilst on the stairs, just pause and say, "Pop in downstairs for a glass of water."
That's amazing.
That gives the impression you're taking rehydration seriously and suggests you've been in bed for ages. Keep up the good work. Back stronger, Anthony.
That's superb. It really is good. This reminds me of my wedding night, funny enough. Obviously,
This is quite a leap.
obviously, you sleep in separate bedrooms on your wedding night. So she's obviously gone to bed. And when people just keep arriving for your wedding, and then all your mates are kind of like, "Oh, just one more drink. Oh, I haven't seen you. Let's have one more drink with you." And you got to the stage where it was getting quite late. And obviously the wedding was the next day. I had gone to bed, obviously trying to refresh. I was still up. I think it was into the early hours, should we say. And she's looked from her bedroom window, seen me, and I've seen a bang on the bedroom window. I've got so I legged it. I looked at the time. It was a ridiculous time. I legged it back to my room. I got under the covers. She's walked in. She's burst through the door, and I've gone, "Oh, when you just like pull the covers down, I've gone, "Oh, you're right, babe. Everything all right?" She's gone, "I saw you downstairs." I was like, "No, I've been in bed for hours." She got the duvet, ripped it off me, and I had full suit and tie on, and a bottle of Peroni.
Did you see that message we got from Scott from Five? Right, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play this if I can get this off my phone. Hang on.
So Scott from Five is our boy band ambassador, is he?
My whinging finally paid off. I'd like to thank Chris Stark, Peter Crouch, Tom Fordyce. I am now an official ambassador of that Peter Crouch podcast. I've been sent me welcome pack. I'm the ambassador of boy bands. Back stronger. Piss off, Carl.
Welcome, Scott.
What a man.
Great news, isn't it?
Superb. Yeah, it's great news. Great.
Were you a fan of Five?
Yeah, didn't mind Five.
Best tune?
Well,
If you're getting down,
what's the one where they're all in like different levels of the house in the video?
Keep on moving.
keep on moving.
Yeah, that was the one.
What?
That was the one.
Keep on moving.
Yeah.
Head on up.
When you're down,
then
baby,
take a good look around.
That's the tune, that.